Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katerina and today I bring you an update for my makeup inventory. This is the third update that you'll see in this channel, if you've been following along since the beginning. Besides the inventory intro per se, the get to know everything that I have and all of that. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. It's not like I have a ton of progress. I'm just going to get that out of the way, but at least this time I'm not quite as overwhelmed as I've been last time, and I think the one prior to that as well, so a year ago and half a year ago. If you guys have watched those videos, you guys know I was nervous. This time I'm much more at peace per se. I've also filmed in a slightly different way. I don't think you guys will really see that big of a difference, but for me it made a difference because it was much more comfortable for my back, so I didn't have to be leaning over my bed, which is where I put my products to film them, quite as much. So yeah, that also helped for sure. And I've also decided that I would say not only the numbers that I had last time, but also mention how many I've decluttered, how many I've bought, how many I've used up, and how many I was gifted. And for the gifted items, it might be something that I got from my old job or something that someone decluttered to me. I don't think it will be the case in the makeup inventory specifically, but maybe samples that I got, everything that came into my stash, into my life for free. So yeah, I'm just going to let you guys read the inventory itself, and then I'll come back to share guys all the overall numbers. So let's start this off with primers. I was at 8, I was gifted 1, and I'm now at 9. My goal is to eventually get down to 0 because I don't think this is a category that I really take advantage of. So yeah, a long way to go. For foundation, I was at 8, I used up 2, and I'm now down to 6. My goal is to eventually get down to 3, so maybe 1 powder foundation and then 2 liquid foundations. But yeah, I still have a little bit of a way to go. This one is a Franken of this one and one other sample like this one, but a little bit lighter. So yeah. For concealer, I was at 5 last time. I used up 3. I bought 1 and I'm now currently at 3. This is perfect for me. I think this is great. I have 1 backup, 1 that I'm using, and 1 that I'm trying pretty much. So yeah, it's just perfect. Now for powder, I was at 4. I used up 1. I bought 2, which are these ones, and I'm currently at 5. My goal is to get down to 4, so I just need to use up this one, which I'm currently using and already has a ton of pen and has been repressed. So I'm hopeful I'll reach my goal very soon. Setting spray, I have 1, and I have had 1 for the longest time. I just don't seem to be able to use it up, but I'll keep trying, and hopefully we'll get down to my goal, which is to have 0. Now for bronzer, I have 1 in each of these palettes, and then this one. I also have my Franken and 1 on this side, I think. Yeah. I had 4 last time. I'm currently at 5 because I was gifted this one. My goal is to eventually get down to 1. Alright, so moving on to blushes. I'm currently at 17. I have 3 in this palette, 3 in this one, and 2 here, other 3 here, and then I have all of these plus the other side of that bronzer that I showed you. I'm currently at 17. As I said, I was at 16. I used up 1. I got gifted 2, which were this one and this one, and my goal is to eventually get down to 4 blushes. Alright, now for highlighters, I was at 11 last time, and I'm still at 11. I have 2 in this palette, 3 in this one, 1 here, 1 there, and then these 4 powders and 1 cream, this one being a Franken. My goal is to eventually get down to 1. I think I still have ways to go, but maybe eventually I'll be able to start eating highlighter at breakfast or something like that and get to my goal. Getting to a much shorter category, my eyebrow products, I'm currently at 5. I have this pomade. Max is coming into the room. This one is a duo, a brow pomade and a brow powder. I count this as 2. Then I have this powder and a pencil. I was at 6 last time, so I was able to use up 1. My goal is to eventually get down to 3 at most, so I only have 2 more to go, although this takes a while to get through, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. For eyeshadow primer, I was at 2. I still have the exact same 2, but this Catrice one has now been depotted, although it seems like that is product, it's just, I guess, the remains of some eyeshadow, so it's now living into this container now. Yeah, still the same 2, the goal is 2, so this is perfect. Alright guys, now for the hardest category for me to show you, and I already know that I'll be struggling. I'm going to share my eyeshadow numbers. If you guys want to see inside the palettes, you can see other inventory since this one is really the only one that changed. Or maybe go onto my Instagram because there I'll be sharing all of them opened except for my pendant palette, which is up there. But I just can't get to that. I'm just going to go through them and share the names and brands with you. But first, let's talk about the numbers. I currently have 478 individual eyeshadow pens. I count each pen because I just feel that makes the most sense, and also it enables me to see progress when I finish one eyeshadow. I used up 2 eyeshadows since last time. I decluttered 1 and then I was gifted 3, which were from here. The used up shadows and decluttered are from my pendant palette. So yeah, I'm still at 478. My goal is to eventually get down to 250. I think that would be a nice balance between having variety but not having so much. So yeah, let's just get through the palettes. I'm going pretty much in order of how old they are, so you guys can have an idea, but I'll be also posting how old is my makeup and when did my makeup technically expire. Next month, actually. I'm getting confused, I'm getting tired. Alright, let's start up here with my H&M compact that holds my Makeup Revolution. I think it's the iconic one eyeshadows. Next up we have my W7 Lightly Toasted, which is my current pendant palette and the only palette that I won't be opening on my Instagram. Then we have my NYX Green Compact, which holds some of the original shadows from this palette and also some Too Faced Dream Queen eyeshadows that I depotted. Then we have my Revolution Pastel Lights, my I Heart Revolution Elf palette, my XX Revolution Next Generation palette, all of my Revolution X Friends palettes, and just getting through the names. Chandler, oh my god, how are you doing? Phoebe, Joey, Monica, Is Her Lobster, Rachel, Ross, and Pivot. Then moving on to this side again, we have the Too Faced Maple Syrup Pancakes, the Fenty Beauty 2 Cool Neutrals one, a single from Catrice Space Glam. This is the 020 Supernova. Andrea's Colorland. Then we have Max & More Field of Flowers, Max & More Wild Jungle, Max & More Sea Pearl, Fab Factory Ultimate Metals, Fab Factory Artist Dream, Fab Factory Coral Lustre, Catrice, this is just the palettes that came into the advent calendar of 2024, so last year. And eyeshadow from Essence, this just says Silky Eyeshadow Topper, so yeah. Then we have the Kiko 02 Pink Monologue, yeah. And lastly, the Sephora Audacious Aqua. It doesn't say on the back. I have to like open the compact, but yeah, I think it is the Audacious Aqua. So I'll try to give you some type of overview, although yeah, I have a hard time filming eyeshadows. It's just too much. They barely fit in frame now. So for eyeliners, I was at 8 last time. I decided to declutter 2. That didn't work pretty much at all. So I'm now down to 6. My goal is to eventually get down to 1. So yeah, once again, I see the light. These ones also take a while to use up, but I'm fairly close with this one, and these two are the same, so maybe soon-ish. Mascaras. So I had 2 last time, which were this one and the one that I was using back then. I used that up and then I was gifted this one, so I'm back at 2. My goal is to have 1, but I'm not upset if I have 2 and one of them is back up. At the moment, these are both opened, so the goal is to just use one of them up and get down to my 1 perfect number. Alright, you guys, we are almost there. We are now at lip liners. I had 4. I used up 1 since last time, and I'm now down to 3. My goal is to get down to 2, so yeah. It's not a big deal for me. It's not one of my worries in the makeup world, so that's fine. Alright, we are down to lipsticks, and I had 41 last time. I was gifted 1, which was this one. I bought these 2, and I'm sorry, I'm getting out of frame, but this is very hard to film at the moment. I'm now up to 44 lipsticks, which is great, you know. I have 12 in each of these palettes, if you guys can see, and all of those. Yeah. And actually, I just noticed that I made a mistake. I counted this one with my blushes, and although I'm using it as a blush, I still have it in my lipstick category because this is actually a lipstick that I melted into this pot. So scratch that one from blushes, and this one actually belongs here with all of my lipsticks. Yeah, I can barely show you guys. There you go. And we are down to the final category, which is lip gloss, and I have lip oil mixed in with lip glosses because they do pretty much the same thing for me. I'm currently at 8. I had 8 last time as well, and my goal is to eventually get down to 4. Maybe one day I'll get there. Maybe one day, guys. Alright, so as you guys could see, we actually have some progress in a couple of categories. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not quite so far off as I've once been, I guess that makes sense. I've also shown you guys the inside of the product instead of the packagings for the most part, so I think that might be like nicer to see. I would love to be opening each product and talking about each product individually, but I'm not quite there numbers wise. I think I need to reduce my numbers a little bit more to be comfortable in doing that. But yeah, if you guys want to see the packagings, that's what I'm going to show over on Instagram, except for my eyeshadow palettes. They have their own posts, and I'll be opening all of them in the pictures for that. So yeah, if you guys are curious either way, please check my Instagram or ask me away in the comments. I'll be happy to answer to any questions. Now getting to the general numbers, and I'm going to be looking that way because that's where I have my inventory sheet, paper, whatever. In April, I was at 606 items. I've used up 12 makeup products. I've decluttered 3. I bought 5 and I was gifted 9. So I'm now down to 605. I'm only 1 item down, but at least I'm not up, okay? I'm taking this as a win, and I believe I'll be able to use a few more items until the end of the year. So yeah, it's it's some kind of a win, I guess. I'm down something. So yeah, and if you guys are seeing this, I was gifted 9 items. So 9 of those items I didn't even choose to have, but I'm not just going to throw them out because they are fine. It's not like they are hurting me in any way, other than not getting my inventory down from 600, which would be great. I would love to be at 599 at least. My overall goal for my inventory. So I've shared every category's goal, or at least the goal that I have at the moment. That can change like next week, but at the moment my goal is to have a total of 393 products, which would mean that I have to use up 212 items to get to that number. I only have 2 categories that I am at goal. All of the others I have to use up stuff. In total 212 items. Just so you guys have an idea, I'm also going to share now the numbers that I have had since I started tracking my inventory on this channel. I've been doing it for years, but since I didn't have a channel, I don't think that's really relevant. So yeah, I'm just going to go over the numbers since February last year. Once again, I'm going to be looking down because that's when I have my other paper with my inventory progression per se. I've been at 314 items in February of 2024. Then I went up to 387 items in October of 2024. Then my biggest jump, which was 606 items in April of this year, 2025. And I'm now slightly down to 605 items. I'm not where I would like to be. As I said, that's a given, but I'm working towards that. And I think that not working at a place where I would get free makeup and free beauty stuff will actually help me slightly. So, and not working at the mall, because sometimes I would just go see, especially last year. This year I haven't done that pretty much at all. I would like window shop, but I wouldn't actually pull the trigger and buy stuff because in my mind, I'm on a no buy. I know that I've had my slip ups, but I've been trying. But yeah, last year I would just lunchtime, I've already eaten, so let's take a walk around the mall. And I would buy a couple of items, and those really added up. As you guys can see, I went around 70 items up from February of 2024, before I started working at the mall, to October of 2024, which I was well into working at the mall. And then I had a bunch of makeup products being given to me at Christmas time, between October and April itself, because I had I think Easter was before I did my inventory. Maybe not. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when Easter was, or when I did my inventory back in April. So yeah, but still I had Christmas, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, I received a ton of stuff, and I'm so grateful because I love pretty much all of that. But I also bought myself 2 advent calendars that were mostly makeup and all that, so none of that helped. This year I intend of being much more mindful, so I don't go super over the numbers that I currently have. I know that my numbers will go up around Christmas time. That's pretty normal for me because everyone knows that I love makeup and beauty products, and that's usually mostly what I'm given. And that's fine because I can just use up stuff during the year, but I don't want to have quite as big of a jump as I had for 2024. So yeah, a little bit of rambling. You guys know that I never disappoint on the rambling, or almost never. Sometimes I'm just in a rush. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, this was my makeup inventory. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know if there is anything that you guys would prefer I did differently, and I will consider it. I never make promises because I might have not been in the mood to film over ad, but you guys preferred it and I felt like it, so I did it. But I don't want to make any promises, so I don't have to break them. Yeah, I think that's all. This was pretty long, a pretty long video. My inventories always are. And next week, you guys will have my beauty inventory, in which I'll be talking about every category that it's not makeup related. So hair care, hand care, face care, body care, fragrances, and all of that in between. Yeah, please leave me a like if you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment if you feel like it, and subscribe if you haven't already, since my channel is all about project planning and using up your stash. Take care, bye!